Okay, this is a message video that I want to say to Nicholas Brendon, and I feel like there's a very high chance that he's about to block me soon. So, yes, if he does, I will see that as a sign that he wants nothing to do with me, which I don't know how I'd deal with that, but whatever. He needs to, I feel I want to first tell him that I've gone through a very strange life because I've spent the last 12 years basically living in isolation, feeling like I'm invisible, yet inspiring huge amounts of films and songs and people. And I have formed hundreds of angels, which are all the singers and celebrities and a couple of actors, and I can prove it because I have conversations with their songs, and I've been doing that for a very long time, whilst I believe there's a bunch of people who know about me and who have been keeping me a secret from the world, and they have kept me in some sort of trap. I don't know what prophecies that they had, but I believe that there was a group of people who knew that Christ was not male, that was not Jesus. Jesus just represents the average person, but there was a female Christ who has been called Israel in the Bible and Jerusalem, and they have had some secret knowledge that when they find this person, they must keep her isolated for a very long time. And so that is how I've been living my life, and because of that I have very little trust towards humans or anything, because I see them as being type of robot. We're living in a matrix, and a huge number of things seem to link to me, and it's, yeah, you've probably switched off by this point, I know. But yes, if I want to give you a message, I'm hoping that you would read this. I feel like I need to tell you this because you're one of the few people that I still care about. I mean, Xander is one of the few people I care about because Buffy is my favourite show, always has been. That and Sabrina the Teenage Witch, the old version, not the new version. And yes, if you want to continue making videos, it's your life, your choice, you know, whatever. But yeah, it's really sad watching some of the videos that you posted recently, because you seem like a drunk that has mental conditions, and I know quite a lot of people have ended up this way. Kanye West and Britney Spears too are never used to really follow Kanye's songs, but Britney Spears was one of my favourite too, and she's ended up going very mad, and that too it was a big shame. And it does remind me of the scene in Glory where the goddess sucks people's minds out of them. And yes, I have a lot of mentally ill people in my family, and I don't know what this link is between mentally ill people and people that I seem to like most, but there does seem to be a sort of link, or not people that I like most, but people that I'm closest to. I know that, and I don't know what it is, but there's a reason why I've been living in isolation and why I've not had any friends, or I've got one friend now, and he too is going through mental problems and seems to have no ability to take an interest in my. But they're all like that. Everyone who's close to me, which is very, very few people, I've not had close contact with people unless I'm sitting in a jacuzzi. I go to a gym 3 times a week, so but yeah, we never have. I feel cut off from this world, and something's very strange is going on. But that's how Buffy lived. You know, Buffy can't have any friends because she endangers the people around, and therefore, if you have not blocked me, and if you are continuing to watch this video, you know, if you feel like you're going through mental problems or mental difficulties, I don't know what it is, but I know that your character meant a lot to me, because I always felt like Buffy, and used to have those dreams. I'll tell you this one dream that I had, which was the most interesting Buffy episode dream that I've ever had, which was there was a computer, and I was literally making one of the episodes on a computer, and they said, have you got the episode how you want it? And I pressed yeah, I said yeah, and then I pressed the button, I zapped myself into the computer, and then started living out that life that I just created on the actual episode. And I remember, I can't remember much actually, because it was a very long time ago, but I know that there was like some sort of jail cell where there was some vampires and there was some action there, and then we came out chasing them, and I saw Angel was there, and I was like, oh, you're too late as usual, but and then I kind of came out, but I can't really remember the dream because it was a very long time ago. It was about 30 years ago, but it made me think, that dream made me believe that there was another world where you can just go on computer. You know how in the Matrix they like, there was like different worlds and stuff, and they kind of created different episodes. And well, I've always had loads and loads of episode dreams, and I've always thought that there was a world you can go where you can like create your own episode and kind of jump in. And yeah, it never really, I just thought it was a dream. I mean, I did kind of believe it, but I didn't, because reality is so much different to that world, that dream that I had. And then in 2013, I started realizing there was a power in my name, and that a lot of things linked to my name. Hosanna, if you add a silent W, it says Hosanna, she who comes in the name of the Lord. Manna is the power of Christ, and if you take off the M, it says Anna. And grace means Anna, so you're saved by grace, because grace is actually code for Anna. And it's very, you know, the anarchy, anarchy, and anarchist says Anna are Christ, and Christian says Christ Diane, and there's a big long list. You know, why is there a bee in lamb? Because my surname's B, that's why, and I am the Lamb of God. So my higher self is God, and I am like a mortal version of my higher self, only I have no memory of anything. But for some reason there seems to be a spirit that comes out of me that makes me really, really tired most of the time. And when I watch things or do things online, it links to my daily life, and I don't know why anyone that I try and contact doesn't respond. I sent out 3,000 flyers a few years ago, got no response whatsoever. So there's something inside people's brains that are making them ignore me, making them not respond, and therefore if you don't respond, I'm just going to assume that whatever is inside their brain is inside your brain too. And it's not a nice life, let's just say that. And yeah, that's if I come off very like I've instantly failed you, because that's just how I feel towards everyone. Like, everyone has failed me. And but yes, I would want to tell him, can you not just go back to being the character that you were? Like, you know, don't think about pain, and if you're going to make videos, you know, this video is not amazing, and I do not look amazing in this video. I did wash my hair yesterday, but it looks very greasy. But, you know, this is not amazing, but at the same time, I look like I know. You know, I look like I know what I'm talking about. Some of the jokes that you're saying, I'm listening to, I'm just thinking, that's not funny, or what? Where did that come from? Or you're just saying so many random things that just seem to have like no realist. I couldn't understand why you said a lot of stuff, and it's very it's annoying to see. You know. You're still funny. You've definitely got some funny jokes, but there are some things that just make me think, like, are you not thinking about what you're saying, or do you not know how you look? You know, it would be so easy just to change, to look a bit more sane. Yeah, can you look a little bit more sane on your videos? I'm going to stop this now, because you're probably wanting to switch off, or at least I think you're wanting to switch off. Maybe you don't. Maybe you're interested in what I say. You know, I don't want to just be one of these fans that are just like, oh wow, I loved you in Buffy, and then just asking you questions, and really I'm not taking any interest. You know, really I am taking interest, and I realise that you are not Xander, and you do not act like Xander, and you do not speak like Xander, because Xander didn't have mental conditions, and sometimes some things you say sound like you have mental conditions. And you know, I don't know what real mental illness is, but I just want to know if you can snap out of it. Like, can you just snap out of it and just be like, right, I'm going to make these videos, but I'm going to sound like I'm actually listening or responding in a non, you know, you don't look good. And if you want to get more roles and stuff, you know, you have to come off a bit more sane. You know, there can't be a possibility that you're going to show up on set after taking drugs and alcohol, and right now you kind of look like someone who's not very reliable when it comes to controlling your intake of stuff. And you know, I understand you're chilling and stuff, but yeah, you know, if I want. Yeah, you're making yourself look bad. That's what I'm saying. And I know if I told Brittany this, she probably just would take absolutely no interest in what I'm saying, and make no attempt to change and stuff. So I would want to know if that's you know, how you're thinking, that my views don't matter, and that you're just going to be yourself, and screw me if I don't like how you're looking. But I'm saying that because you're not making yourself look good, and if you want to get acting roles, you're going to have to first prove that you're sane and competent and know what's going on, and can respond well to questions, and you're not really doing that, and therefore I think you're shooting yourself in the foot a bit. And I don't know how you would respond to that, because on one hand you're very, very humble, and you're constantly going on about it's not just about you, and you're trying to be humble, but at the same time, on the other hand, I feel like you might get aggressive if someone says the truth, a truth that you don't want to hear.